Welcome to this explainer. Today we're jumping straight into a fascinating and frankly highly provocative blueprint. It argues that the traditional method of scaling a business, it's completely obsolete. We're dissecting the death of hiring and the massive rise of the ghost economy. So if you're building a business right now, or you're just fascinated by the absolute cutting edge of leverage, you're going to want to pay really close attention to the structural shift we are about to unpack.
Let's dive right in. You know how in 2024, the ultimate symbol of a scaled, successful business was boasting about having 500 employees? Well, fast forward to 2026, and according to the source material, that metric shifts entirely to 500 AI agents. The text makes a super bold claim here. If you are still planning your growth around hiring people in 2026, you've already lost the game.
Listen to this quote from the text. Silicon Valley is hiding a secret. The biggest companies of the next decade won't have 500 employees. They will have 500 AI agents. While the general public is out there debating whether AI will take individual jobs, the business elite are operating on a completely different level. They're actively building what the text calls ghost empires. We're talking about fully functional enterprises running around the clock with zero payroll, zero bottlenecks, and absolutely zero workplace drama. Nobody's stealing your lunch from the break room fridge anymore. It is pure, unadulterated leverage.
Section 1. Inside the Ghost Economy. Let's step inside and see exactly what this new landscape looks like.
The core mechanism making this entire shift possible is the Agentic Workflow. Now, we aren't just talking about a basic chatbot generating a paragraph of text for you. This is an advanced operational model where AI algorithms autonomously connect APIs. They're executing incredibly complex tasks across thousands of different applications, entirely without human intervention. The AI isn't just assisting anymore, it's operating. This brilliantly illustrates how traditional human departments are just being entirely swapped out. Think about it. Your old research department, which relies on a human team, in the ghost economy, that gets replaced by a fine-tuned large language model. Sales shifts away from human reps directly to an autonomous agent. Content creation moves from human creators to a generative engine. It is a complete structural teardown of the traditional org chart.
Moving on to our next section, chatting versus building. This highlights a critical behavioral gap. The source notes a vast divide in how AI is actually being utilized right now. The 99% are simply chatting with AI. They're using tools to ask questions, write emails, or maybe brainstorm some ideas. It's a very localized, manual interaction. But the top 1%? They aren't chatting at all. They are building. They're setting up these agentic workflows, literally connecting APIs across 1,000 different apps so the actual work gets done while they sleep.
Because of this massive disparity, the author emphasizes this point emphatically. This isn't just technology, it's a global power shift. The individuals who are figuring out how to build these digital workforces are gaining a level of operational leverage that was previously reserved only for massive corporations with endless capital. It's a real game changer.
So, how exactly does one architect this shift? Let's look at Section 3, the 3-step execution blueprint.
This text outlines a highly structured 3-step blueprint for building your own digital workforce from scratch: architecture, connectivity, and execution. Let's walk through the exact mechanics of how this works.
Step 1 is architecture, and this requires a complete mindset shift. You have to stop being a simple user of technology and step up to become an architect. The core directive from the source: map your business as a series of tasks, not jobs. You don't hire an AI to be a marketing manager. Instead, you break that entire job down into 50 individual repeatable tasks, and you architect an automated system for each one of those tasks. Once you've got that architected, you move right into Step 2, connectivity. You essentially have to connect the AI's brain to your digital hands. For this, the source explicitly recommends integration tools like Make.com or N8N. These are the tools that link your AI's brains directly into the APIs of your digital infrastructure, allowing the AI to actively interface with your email, your banking software, and your social platforms without a single human click.
The logic here is incredibly straightforward. As the text puts it, an AI agent is useless if it can't talk to your email, your bank, and your socials. I mean, think about it. An isolated AI might be brilliant, but it is fundamentally worthless to your business if it can't independently interact with your core platforms. Connectivity is what actually transforms a basic chatbot into a productive employee.
Finally, we reach Step 3, execution. How do you actually deploy this safely? Well, the source dictates a strict phased rollout here, warning you absolutely not to try and automate everything on day one. Phase 1. Start small by replacing internal research tasks. Once that's totally stable, you move to Phase 2, which is replacing customer service workflows. Only after you've mastered those two should you attempt Phase 3, full-scale product delivery automation. You have to systematically build trust in your ghost workforce.
Which brings us to our final section, the ultimate AI choice. Let's look at the macroeconomic reality.
The authors report a pretty blunt conclusion here. The era of trading your life for a paycheck is ending. The traditional system of trading your time, hour by hour, for a set salary is rapidly closing in the face of this AI frontier. When an architected ghost economy can literally do the work of a 500-person company for a fraction of the cost, the market value of standard human manual labor in the digital space drops to near zero.
We'll leave you with this final, profound ultimatum from the source to consider regarding your own place in the future of wealth. Will you wait for the system to replace you, or will you build a system that replaces the system? The AI frontier is wide open right now, but the window to act as an architect rather than a casualty is definitely closing. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Until next time, keep learning.